Hey guys, I'm back with another traditional knife video. Seems like it's been forever, so let's jump straight into it. I got my Hinder fire tack in my pocket. Not even gonna show that off. Let's jump straight into these 85s. Now these have been the hot pattern lately. These knives are generally pretty hot releases. They don't run the 85 pattern a lot. A lot of people like the 85 pattern. This year he ran Mike Latham of Collector Knives ran only single blade versions. He did run a poll, and I guess everybody must have decided they wanted single bladed versions with easy open notches. I don't remember if easy open notches were a choice, but that's what he went with. The production run were Titty-Utes. The SFOs were Northfields. These are not all of the Northfields, but these were the ones that I got my hands on. This is the one Titty-Ute that I have, and we're just going to kind of go from left to right and work our way across, and I'll show you guys all of the knives. So up first we have a smooth rotten banana bone, which has been on the channel before. You guys have seen this knife. You can see here it has a yellow and brown pattern. Hence the name Rotten Banana Bone. And I hope that's coming across pretty well. I've been having some trouble with my lighting here. I need to get my LED lights fixed up, but you can see it there. That's good. The centering is good. The fitment where everything meets is good. Maybe just a hair there. Good there for the transition. Maybe just a hair there. Good here and good here. So good centering, good transitions. The shield here is inlaid very well. The bone is done very well. Just an overall great knife. The half stop is nice and snappy. See if we can get that back in focus. It clacks open to full open. You can see this has been in my pocket a little bit. I don't rub the oil off of my knives. I just throw them in my pocket, but you can see that pocket lint all over the blade. Nice satin finish, no etch. You can see the stamps here. Titty-Ute Cutlery, made in USA. On the other side, you can see here GEC carbon. And let's close it to half stop. And then you can read the rest there, the number code, and I've gone through that before. If you guys want me to, I'll go through it again, but not in this video. So I mentioned the action on this one. If you've been keeping up with these, then you know that that's been a little bit of conversation about the action of the knives. So it does snap to the half stop, and it does snap home pretty good, but it did feel a little bit tight. And I have used this knife a little bit. I have opened and closed it a little bit, but it is a little bit tight. As you'll see will be the trend with the knife. So again, just showing you around the knife. Everything is just smooth, smooth, smooth. Just very smooth. That spring is cut very square. You can see there. And like I said, the centering is very good. So this one is pretty good. This one here, which I've joked with my buddy, and I posted a few pictures to my Instagram, and some people have asked me, is this Mammoth? This is not Mammoth. This is the polished Stag version of the knife, polished sandbar Stag to be specific. And like I said, these are SFOs by Mike Latham of Collector Knives. If you want more information on exactly what all that means, look back at my last traditional knife video where I showed you the website and showed you kind of how to navigate things. I'm not going to get too much into that. It takes too much time, and I don't want to talk about it too much. I've already kind of put it out there. So you can see here, I like this one a lot. The show side is, or the mark side, if you want to use technical terms, is very well done. Again, we'll check those transitions out. So very good up here at the top. Very good at the top. Very good down here. Maybe, no, that's the line. Very good. All the transitions are very good. You can see that the covers are fairly well matched. I love the creaminess of this. It almost looks like Stag. You can see that they're matched very well. It's not thick, it's not thin, which usually polished Stag doesn't have a lot of variation in the thickness. But on this side, you can tell more so that it's Stag. It still has that nice creamy color of the Stag we used to see back in the day, but you can see here that telltale kind of cratering of Stag up here. That gnarliness, as some people call it. You can see, I do believe the centering, no, the centering is on this one. I thought it was off a little bit, but it's not. That spring is cut very square. Again, the transitions back here, everything is super smooth. You can see that for yourself. Oops. The action. Again, it snaps open, and I have opened and closed this one a little bit. It snaps open to the half. It kind of weakly opens up. You can see these also have a nice satin finished blade. And I apologize for not really being able to capture that with all this sunlight coming in the window. But you can see that nice satin blade, no etch. It goes to the half stop, but it doesn't kind of snap like I would like it. And then it kind of closes shut. So this one doesn't really feel loose or too tight, but I do think it needs some oil. So again, the action on that one is not perfect, not terrific. And I do want to pause here because I had this conversation with a guy in another video here recently. We were talking, he messaged me about GEC knives and value, case and value and all that stuff. Guys, I look over knives. I give you an objective look at a knife. So I'm going to pick out every single detail that I can think of while the knife is on the camera. So yes, I might go in detail and tell you about every little nitpicky gripe and this, that, and the other. But two things. A, in my daily use of a knife, am I looking to feel the transitions on the bolsters and the covers? No. Are most people? I highly doubt it. You know, centering, even centering if it's not rubbing. Are you looking at that knife every time you're opening it? So take things with a grain of salt. I mean, this is an objective look at a knife in front of you. It just take it with a grain of salt. So that's all I'll say about that. Here, this is the Frontier dyed buffalo bone. They haven't done buffalo bone in a long time. Buffalo bone used to be a factory option. There were many black buffalo bone knives that they came out with, but over time what they found is that these tend to crack. As a matter of fact, when these were released, there were some of them that were already had pin cracks from the factory. Nothing that affected the function, but you had a choice if you were up front to pick between mint or near mint, and I picked a mint. So you can see there, very nice covers. Again, everything is just very glossy, very smooth. That shield inlay is just well done. Transitions on this one, maybe a little bit, but it almost feels like a burr, maybe a little bit of a burr. Very good transitions. You can see that the bone matches very well. And that's not a crack. That's just the coloration of the bone. On second inspection, this does look like a crack. I'm going to do some emailing and I'll report back. So you can see there, very nice. Very nice. The centering is spot on this one. The back of the knife is done very well. Let's look at the action. Okay, this one I haven't really opened and closed a lot, so it's kind of a little bit gritty and a little bit tight. It does snap open with a little bit more force. Does snap to half with a little more force. And it does snap close with a little bit more force. So this one, I think with some cleaning, it's going to be pretty good. Up next is the African Blackwood, and I've been asked several times about this specific option. Again, I'll refer you to the website. Again, these are all Mike Latham special factory orders, the Northfields, that is. And you can see here, the wood is done extremely well. Again, very glossy. The inlay of the shield is done very well. The spine, all the transitions here, Everything is just perfectly smooth. Let's look at the centering. Centering looks like it's spot on to me. Maybe you guys can see different. Let's check the transitions. Transitions are all good on this one. Let's see. Let's open this one up. It's a little bit heavier of a pull. Feels a little bit gritty. I haven't really handled this one a lot. Snaps open with a lot more force. Snaps to the half, a little bit gritty, a little bit heavy. Maybe that's a combination of a lot of junk in this pivot and it being peened a little bit tight. And it kind of closes a little bit weak for my liking. So definitely I would flush this one, and I think over time this one will get a little bit better with the action. Last but not least, and this one gets a lot of attention. Anything with Redbone and GEC gets a lot of attention. I've been specifically asked about this knife from several different people, some before I even got the knife. None of these are for sale. Maybe I might consider selling this one here, but nothing is for sale, listed for sale with an asking price. So I appreciate the comments, not telling you not to comment, but as of right now, today, I am not selling the knife, any of these knives, except for maybe the Rotten Banana Bone. And again, it's not listed for sale, but if you're interested and you want to make an offer, I'm not saying that I won't listen to you, but everything else, I'm not even considering selling right now. So jigged Redbone. Now my thing with the Redbone, and because the sun has shifted now, it's not coming across very well. I hope it's coming across, but I don't see how it's white down here at the corners and it's pretty light on the edges. I like my Redbone to be dark, like very dark, like more like this right here. So that's my thing with the jigged Redbone. I do have some Redbone knives, but they tend to be on the darker side, almost more of a burgundy color. That's my preference. You can see here, this one, all of the transitions on the back are very good. The centering, maybe it looks like, let me see it off camera, maybe a hair. Maybe it's off a hair to the mark side over here. Transitions wise, let's see. Transitions wise, let's get this in focus. Everything feels maybe a little bit of a catch right here and a little catch here, but everything else is fine. So 2 out of the 8, maybe a little bit of a catch. Snaps open, snaps to the half, snaps back to half, and snaps close. This one has the best out of tube action of all of the 85s I've shown you here. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you want more information on these knives, they're all sold now, except for I think some of the Titty-Utes, but all of the Northfields have sold out. They've been sold out. So if you do want one, it is going to have to be something you find on the secondary market. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys found some information, and I'll link back to that video where I went over the website and talked about how to find different knives if you're interested in knives and you're constantly wondering why you're missing out. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope to catch you in the next one. Remember, a lazy man carries a dull knife.